Hello YouTube, thanks for watching. Edward here. Just going to shoot this very important video. For me, this is a very important video because it's very personal, and it's actually nerve-wracking thinking that I'm going to be bringing this to your attention. But it needs to be said, guys, because my journey in 2019 has been really up and down, but it's been a great journey. It's been necessary. Because at the beginning of 2019, I absolutely said to myself, and I don't know if you believe this, but I do tend to believe in New Year's resolutions, and I like to stick to them. Okay, I think that's very important. And now that I'm 45, guys, I know for some people that seems young, and some people that seems old. But for me, it's a personal thing. It's a personal journey. It's a personal direction, and I've got some personal focuses that I've had to iron out, both health. And my businesses, and also my, most importantly, my private situation. I wouldn't say issues, because 2019 so far has been an excellent year. I'm really pleased with how things are unraveling, and simply because I actually put that focus in right from the beginning. I decided that this year is going to be an absolute fix for me, a big time fix, and it really is starting to get to that way. Why? Because I've become really serious about my life. I've for the first time, guys, I have become so serious and so passionate about the important things of my life. And it's not just about business. I think when you get certain areas of your life sorted, and you take a little back step, and you observe things. And like I said in my previous video, I don't like to consider things right or wrong. I don't like to consider things of this way or that way, or left or right. What's important for me is how I evaluate key things in my life are, do they serve me? So I do like to take a back step, and many of you have noticed I've not been very focused on Facebook recently. Yes, I've posted a few things here and there, but it's been great actually. Not being too focused on Facebook has just been absolutely wonderful, because it's a huge distraction, and there are a lot of people who I'd rather not be connected with are on Facebook. There are a lot of better people on YouTube, to be honest, and I do love YouTube because it's my place where I can actually learn. I can really dig deep into some key videos. I learn a lot about how to do all kinds of things on YouTube. It's where I dive into a lot of personal development, and I absolutely love it. YouTube to me is my absolute #1 place, not only for building my business, but for really learning and to change myself, change my mindset. So guys, this video is gonna give you some real gold nuggets, and by the end it's going to give you a solution and an opportunity. It's going to give you a major opportunity that I'm going to explain. So at the moment, what I've done is I'm just sharing my recording here. I'm not going to share my screen just yet, because I want to talk to you guys, and this video is mostly for people who are really closely connected with me. And I want to say that guys, you got to get a lot of things set right before you can really move forward on your business. And I've decided in 2019 I wanted to set my health right. I decided I needed to fix a lot of things about my personal health, and I'm glad I did. I went to the doctor many times, different doctors. I got some advice. I got second opinions. I had that what do you call it, where you put the camera down your throat and you get everything checked out, and then they decided that I needed to take a further step and check out and put the camera up my the other end. And everything turned out to be fine. There were some things I needed to do after that, but I really felt after I did that, in the last few years I've been really kind of stressed in the back of my mind. I knew my health wasn't good, and once you get things sorted out with your health and everything that you've got in the back of your mind, and it's kind of like what I said in my previous video, you've got to move on with things. You've got to overcome certain things. Anything that's really giving you an issue or a hassle or something in the back of your mind, you've got to get over that before you can move forward. And that's what 2019 has been for me. I've been able to get a lot of things clinched, a lot of things sussed out in every area of my life. And it's even the little things where you can get onto Zoom calls with key people and really iron out certain things. You can ask questions, you can get on with people who are there to actually give you the answers, not just people who have a personal agenda and trying to lure you into other things. You can really clamp down on things. You can really understand, you can take notes, you can take a lot of personal development, you can really grow. So, guys, I'm taking a little bit of a back step from things like Facebook because they don't serve me, and I'm really focused on areas that really have a key meaning in my life. So, guys, I've decided, in 2019, I've checked out a lot of different businesses. And for many of you, for some of you, certainly people who probably don't know me that well and certainly haven't had that conversation with me or on a personal level, you probably don't know, but you probably think that I'm just a jumper. I get into a lot of different programs. No, that's really not the case. The thing with me is, guys, that when I want to check out a certain company, I will check it out, and if that means I have to actually join the company and to really understand the ins and outs of that company, then I will have to join that company. It's as simple as that. But you get to a time when you actually get involved with a company and you start working the business where you realize it really wasn't your business. Okay, and so yes, in the early part of 2019, certainly when I was involved in some of the companies that I was involved in, most of last year and prior to that, I wasn't able to get the answers I needed to get. I had teammates that suffered big time. I'm not going to get into detail, but I had some teammates who really suffered, and it pains me to think about it. It hurts me. So, there are a lot of things I had to flush out and get rid of. And then I looked at some other companies because it made me realize, it made me re-alter the way I evaluate companies. And so, as you've known, because I've been involved, I'm involved now I'm solidly involved with Minerva. I'm really passionate about that, and it's made me realize, being able to get involved with companies where you're able to get answers. You make a good friend with the support and the lead support guy of the English support, and you're able to get with the CEO. You're able to get with all the line of support right up to the CEO himself. You realize that is the way to really understand what the truth about these companies. Okay, so I've narrowed things down. I've come to a conclusion now that my three main focuses, thanks to my difficulties, my challenges, my ups and downs, and more importantly, my journey, what I've been able to learn. From personal development and other things, I've been able, and the great conversations I've had with key people, I've been able to decide once and for all my three key companies. You know them, guys. Minerva, obviously. Minerva is a key player in my portfolio, obviously. And as you all know, but I'm not going to make this video about Minerva because you know that. And also Power Lead System. I needed a way where I can build my income streams with a great platform that has an income opportunity built in, that's been solid. And I've been in Power Lead System for 5 years, but I haven't been 100% active for all that time. But for me, Power Lead System, Minerva, and also, guys, Cloud Token. All right, Cloud Token. I'm just going to pause there and let you have a think about that, because I know many of you have had your own opinions about Cloud Token. Heck, I get that. I know. Me too. Cloud Token, when I first looked at it 4 months ago, which was when it really launched 4 months ago, I was offered it. And yes, if I got in back then, I'm sure I would have made a huge amount of money. But it's not that that's important. It's the fact that I know that Cloud Token, and with all the technology coming out and with all the research and all the backing that they have, literally years and years and years of research has gone into this, and the technology that's actually coming out. Guys, you know me as a kind of a technical person. You know me. I am kind of a geeky kind of person. I like a lot of the fact that although that Cloud Token is a very simple company to get involved in, and that's where you're going to get the misunderstandings, because sometimes a simple company, you'll misunderstand what's actually involved in the back end of Cloud Token, what is actually involved in the technology side of Cloud Token. That's when you really start to understand what you have your hands on. And the danger is, when Cloud Token gets into the hands of the wrong people, it's going to be broadcasted in the wrong way. But that doesn't matter, because let them do that. Now, the exciting thing for me about Cloud Token is that I was simply able to get 2 hours with my sponsor yesterday to hammer this out. Before that, I was very, very stubborn. I was resistant. I was not going to accept anything. I had decided that Cloud Token wasn't for me, and I wasn't going to do Cloud Token. But having 2 hours, and I said to myself, and I think I got this little voice in my head. And the reason why I got this voice in my head is because recently I've been really heavy about personal development. In fact, I'll go as far as to say, some of you might laugh at this, but I do a lot of meditation. I really seek for that personal inner voice. I really seek for that. I'm not going to preach, anything to you, but something that I really feel is very strong with me now, and I've been able to get my own personal message about where I want to go with this, who I'm prepared to ask, and I was able to get my own answers off me, and something said to me, just listen. That's all you need to do, is just listen. Get on that call, get on that Zoom call, and listen to what they have to say. Just be open-minded. Because of what you've heard on your Facebook timeline, just because of what you've heard from all these people that say those things, most of the people that say the things about Cloud Token or whatever, they absolutely have no idea. They're just the little people who think they know. They like people to think that they're the big people, they're the key players, and they're the leaders, and you should listen to them. But actually, they have absolutely no idea. The only way you're going to really find out with this stuff is if you get with the right people. If you actually get with the people and absolutely know what is actually going on in the back end. So that's what I did. I simply did that. I simply decided to take an open mind, to really check it out, and to learn about the technology, to ask the key questions. I know what to ask now, guys. I know what to ask, and even if I missed a question, the great thing is that my sponsor Arthur there was able to really know what the key questions are, and we really drilled in, and the CEO, I was able to get with the CEO, one of the CEOs, the key guys. This is Ronald I. Okay, that's I keep getting his name wrong, but Ronald. Ronald. I got my notes here, guys. I'm going to be totally transparent with you guys. This is new to me, but I was able to have 2 hours to really drill into this and to really understand the technology. And I love what I see. And I think from the 2 hours that I was able to get with these guys, not only Ronald I himself, but some really key people who are absolutely 7-figure earners in this company already, and also Paul McCarthy himself, who I've known for a while, and Arthur is the guy, man. He's really helped me out, and I know him. I've met him several times in person. We've actually we've had great times together, in pubs and restaurants, and we've met in the United States as well. But he lives very close to me in the UK. So it's when you're building relationships with key people who you can trust. And I know Arthur well enough to know that he's just not going to lure me into something that's unethical, untrustworthy, or I don't like to use the word scam, because there's no need to sort of simply label something as a scam just because you think that somebody said it's not going to last. Or guys, the leaders themselves that are out there, these are the people that you think that you should respect. Some of those people out there, they're saying that the very companies that they're involved in have a 6 to 9 month shelf life. They're actually saying that about their company. It just goes to show that, quite frankly, you don't want to be listening to a lot of these people. And I'm sorry, if I'm calling people out, but I've had a lot of chats with people recently, and and it's been very, very educational. Not only about the companies that they're working with, but also about the tendencies, the attitudes of what these people are actually trying to do. A lot of these people have their own agenda, and you just don't know who to listen to. But it's not until, that's why, guys, I will only work with companies where I can actually get with the CEO. I can actually get with the key people once, and I can get you access to that as well, because it's not, I know I'm not like the typical leaders out there who think that you should listen to me. I'm not like that. I want to be part of these companies simply because you need to be the ones where you can potentially bypass me, and I can give you access to these key people so you can ask your own questions. That's the important thing. I don't want to be that block so that you can't get beyond me. I don't want to hide anything. There's a lot that you can check out yourself. Okay, there's nothing that we need to hide. We can give you access to all the key people. You don't need to listen to that so-and-so on Facebook. You don't need to listen to so-and-so who thinks that they're just the leader, in inverted commas. You need to listen to people absolutely involved in this opportunity. So for me, guys, my 3 opportunities: Minerva, Cloud Token, and Power Lead System. These are the companies that I want to work with, and I've looked at a lot of companies this year, and even in spite of the fact that I had to get fully on board and fully involved and give it a fair test, it was a great journey. But I'm not going to be working with companies that don't actually serve me. I'm not saying that they're companies that I'm not saying that they're companies that are not good, or I'm certainly not saying that any of those companies are scams, because I'm not that kind of person who likes to label things as scams. They are what they are, and they are good for a lot of people. They have some great tools, they have some great systems, they have a great platform, they have a great income opportunity, and I know that a lot of people are going to find those companies that I've been checking out great companies. But this is, at the end of the day, this is our journey. Okay, it's a personal journey, and if a company has given you access to the key people where you can actually ask questions, you can feel part of the family, in spite of the fact that it's the size of the company is just absolutely huge. This company's been around for already 4 months. It's a new company, but guys, the technology, the research, everything that's gone into this, Ronald himself here, one of the CEOs, he's been working solidly since 2007 on the technology. He's built his own blockchain. He's been coming out with apps that the technology that he's been researching and working on, I don't even need to know how it all necessarily works, because guys, like Arthur said yesterday in our 2-hour session, do you know how a light switch works? When you flick on a light switch, do you know how that works? And he said to me, do you want a full explanation of how it works? And my first response is, no way, no thank you. I do not want an explanation on how it works. Guys, sometimes, when you flick on a switch at night, or when you flick on your kettle, or when you just, go and take a shower, you don't necessarily have to know where the water comes, how the water is cleaned. You don't need to know all that stuff. You just need to know that it works, and proof is there. Proof is available. Questions can be answered. That's all you need to know, and that's really how I evaluate the company. I don't listen to the people who think that they know and they're just broadcasting crap on their timeline, because they obviously have an agenda that they want you to join their company. They're not interested in you. They're only interested in their own, getting their own commission out of you. That's it. But these guys, the people I'm connected with here, they are 100% for the members. Why wouldn't they be? This is not about an MLM company. This guy has been working this business not because he wants to work it as part of an MLM company. So your experience of MLM companies of having, I don't know, a 6 to 9 month shelf life, that's not going to happen here. This company is working absolutely night and day, getting incredible technology out there. And me as a technical guy. When I ask questions about technical stuff, you don't know what I'm asking. It might be unnecessary, and I don't need to do that, but that's just who I am. I like to see what technology is coming out with this company and how we're going to be able to use it. because from your point of view, you don't need to know how it works, but you just need to know that we're going to get access to some incredible technology, and that's really what excites me about Cloud Token. So, you know, guys, to give you a hint, in October, we got some amazing things coming out with Cloud Token, a SIM card that you're going to be able to put in your mobile device that's going to give you internet connection anywhere in the world, and a number of other things. It's just going to be an absolute incredible benefit to you. We're going to have a global cash card that's going to be part of the you know, you're going to be able to manage it on your app. We already have our own app with this system. You know, it's a little bit like, think of it like, you know, how Minerva, you know, does what it does, which is great. But with Minerva, you have a system that's sat on the Telegram messenger. You know, that's the app that we use, and that's great. That's absolutely great. But they're, you know, Minerva is working on their own app. But Cloud Token, on the other hand, absolutely, they have their own app. They are fully in control. They have everything on board. They have their own technology. It's all happening, and they are on board with very, very experienced lawyers. Okay, this is the law firm that we're on board with, Miles Oakley. As you can see, 150 years. And, you know, this company wouldn't be willing to, you know, work with a company and ruin their credibility. Obviously, they're not working in partnership with the company. That wouldn't happen. That's not how it works, is it? You know, if you have a company, if you're a business person, or if you're you know, so a certain company that operates, and you need to have access to, you know, key things, and you get on board with a law firm, you know, they're not going to go into partnership with you. Obviously, you know, the point about a law firm is, such as, you know, a relationship like this, is that they are there to support you. You know, this law firm is 100% there to support you and give you absolutely the answers, and guaranteed answers. And, you know, by following in the direction that, you know, you're advised to follow by the law firm, you're not going to go wrong, period, end of. You know, don't listen to crap that's on your timeline. Don't listen to people who are talking to you saying that, you know, this is just not going to last, this is a scam or whatever. Just don't listen to that. It's just crap. You know, when you're on board with a company that has connections with the law firm here, Miles Oakley, you know that you're in the right place. You know that you know, you're on board with the right people. Okay, so if you want to get on board, I'm here to help you. It's as simple as that. It's a very easy process to get on board with Cloud Token. All you need is, you just need the app. You download the app. I will give you my referral code. You put that into the app, and boom, you know, you're set up. It's as simple as that. You can get started for a small fee. I'd recommend at least $500 US. Preferably 500, you know, 600 US, 700, you know, or $1,000 US to get started. The system will simply trade on your behalf. You know, you're going to be able to earn a great income. It's very similar on face value to Minerva, but the thing I like about Cloud Token as a kind of a, you know, as part of my portfolio, is that we've got something here with great technology coming on board. And we've already got a huge English community, and yes, the compensation plan is great, and yes, you're going to be able to earn a great income with the compensation plan, absolutely. But I like the simplicity of this. I like the people behind the scenes. I like the fact that this is very, very long term, and having asked the key questions and the tech and you know, about the technology. You know, I personally like to learn about the technology and why I know that this is going to be very long term, and what their focus is, what their ambition is. I like to ask those questions simply because that's me. I am a technical person. You don't necessarily need to know how a light switch works. You don't necessarily need to know how, you know, a shower works and how they clean the water. It's the same with this. You don't necessarily need to know how the technology works. I like to know that, but you know, rest assured that we've got some great technology coming on board with this company. That's what I like about this, and I know this to be long term, in spite of what people think, in spite of the fact that people even say to you that these passive income opportunities are only 6 to 9 months shelf life. That tends to be the trend. Yes, with some of those companies, absolutely, but with this company, things are different. I ask those questions as well. I ask how the money flows. You know, what happens if all the big leaders pull out their money? What happens if this happens, that happens? I ask those questions, guys. I ask, you know, from the point of view of the people who want to know if this is sustainable. I ask those key questions. I know absolutely that the way the money flows into this, the way that, you know, as you get new customers, as new money flows in, what do they do with that money? Where does that money get put? And what happens if this happens, this happens, this happens? You know, it's, you know, you get your answers. You get your answers, you know. So guys, if you've been on board with this before, if you've quit, or if you've checked this out before and you decide not to do anything with it, check it out again. You know, I'm on board with you. I'm ready to work with you. I'm looking forward to really power this, you know, with Minerva, love it, with Power Lead System, with you know, Cloud Token, you know, everything. My portfolio here, guys, and obviously, you know, I love Network Solutions Pro. It's all going to be part of it. You know, down the road we're simply moving into a direction where it's all going to help you guys with whatever businesses you're promoting. And, you know, Network Solutions Pro is my baby, and it's all going to help. It's all going to work hand in hand. It's not going to you know, what I decide to do, my journey, my direction, is not going to influence you. Don't worry, I've figured this out. You know, Network Solutions Pro is a great opportunity. And as I've mentioned, you know, earlier in August, about the beginning of August, I mentioned that we're going to start to put more companies into Network Solutions Pro. But it's not going to necessarily make Network Solutions Pro all about this particular company, all about that particular company. So, you know, we're going to be putting in more companies into Network Solutions Pro, and absolutely, you know, this is something that this is the direction we're moving. So, guys, you know, I wish you all the best in your journey. If you want to get on board, I highly recommend it. But you know, we can give you access to key people who can give you answers. It's as simple as that. Don't listen to people who absolutely do not know, because you don't necessarily trust them, because they have their own agenda. They want you to, you know, check out their business. So you just don't know. Anyway, look forward to potentially working with some of you. You know, it's fine. It's a great opportunity, but it's your choice. It's your journey. It's your direction. But the most important thing is get your health sorted, get your personal life sorted, and then you can move on freely and happily in the businesses you want to work with. Look forward to working with you guys. Take care, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.